Today I am here with my newest, or should I say oldest ladies. That's right, I got my hands on a bunch of old Toro Greensmaster 1000s. I bought these all broken. So I'm gonna dive into a couple of these today, see if I wasted a lot of money. I actually got a couple fixed, but I'm just taking them one by one. I have no idea what's gonna be wrong with these, but
okay, that's not supposed to.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
But I do want to show you kind of where I start, give you some tips if you pick up one that you know nothing about. So that being said, let's get into it. When I first saw these, I was like, wow, look at those reels. I mean, for a used unit this old, like, that's incredible. This thing was already cut in paper all the way across. And, oh, check it out. Grooved roller in great shape. The very first thing I did when I got all of these was check the gas tank, and of course it was full of rust, all of them. They've just been sitting for so long, and that's never good, but it can be fixed. The can itself hadn't like rusted out or anything, so what I did was I use Evapo-Rust, and I put this in the tank, and the instructions say just to, you know, let it sit 2 to 4 hours, something like that. But I put it in there and I let it sit overnight, and I just kept coming out to the garage and swishing it around. And I mean, man, it got them clean as a whistle. That's a great product. So let me try to show you the inside. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but so great product there. We were off to a great start. The next thing I did was paint this gas tank to get it looking good. So the paint I use on the gas tank is this Krylon High Heat Max. This stuff sprays great. It is incredible. This is more of a gloss black finish. I looked at the flat black, and for some reason the flat black finish was like 3 times the price of this. I'm not sure why that is, but highly recommend this paint. So this bad boy is full of pollen now, good old Georgia pollen, but here's the exhaust shield all painted up. I mean, this thing was rusted out, you know, as well as these gas tanks, but this is just pollen. So we're on day 2 of the resto, and I know these all have spark. I put a spark tester on them, so that's another good sign. So now I'm gonna turn my attention to this carburetor, and I got to look in, and lo and behold, somebody has took the pilot jet out of this carb. So I've ordered some carbs off Amazon, so I really just want to get a carb on here and see if I can get the machine to run, see if the self-propel is going to run, see if the reel is going to run, and just see what I'm working with. So I can worry about this later. I do want to clean the OEM carbs and get it put back together. I guess somebody just jacked the pilot jet there, so no good, but I'm going to slap an aftermarket one on and see if it'll work. Another one of the first things I like to do is get this oil change. I mean, again, I have no idea when the oil has been changed, so I'm gonna get a 14 millimeter on here and get this oil drained out. Oof, that air filter's looking a little rough. Really rough. No pre-filter either. I'm gonna pop this new guy in. And I actually went ahead and bought a new pre-filter, so I'm gonna soak this in oil, put the pre-filter on, get the air filter box back up and ready to go. All right, so for the final touch-up, what I'm gonna do is run a one-step compound just on the side panels here. They're honestly not too terrible. Now, I did get some red Toro touch-up paint, but I don't really want to take the time on this one to do all that. But I guess the other thing is I have not done that before. This is metal, so I'm assuming it'd be best to sandblast it or somehow sand it down. I don't know. I mean, if you guys have done that, let me know in the comments. I mean, what's the best way to prep and paint that? Because I don't mind doing it, but it's a lot of work just for what I'm doing here today. But this is a marine one-step compound. It actually works really good. So I'll show you here in a moment on how these shined up. But overall, these covers are in pretty good condition. So. Come on over if you wanna have a good time. Don't more playing around, but now's the time to cross the line. Show me what's inside that soul, I'll let you feel mine. Come on, I said
our mind and bodies intertwined. You don't need to fall to the call, cause they said so. You don't need to fall to the call, cause they said so. You don't need to fall to the call, cause they said so.
So now we've got the aftermarket carb on, we've got new air filter, got a few new fuel lines, and clean gas tank. So let's go out here and give it a pull. Moment of truth. First pull, baby. And she purrs like a kitten. This aftermarket car might actually work for me.
What's inside that soul, I'll let you feel mine. Come on, let's let our mind and bodies intertwine. Come on over if you wanna have a good time. Show me what's inside that soul, I'll let you feel mine. Come on over if you wanna have a good time. Show me what's inside that soul, I'll let you feel mine.
So I absolutely love this mower. Now I am far from green up over here, but one thing I love about this mower is it does not have the presence bell handle on it. So I immediately, you know, that was cool to me. You can just drop the hammer and go. Now I'm far from green up over here, like I said. The only thing I have done is put down some 10-10-10. You know, I have not spent $2,000 putting out Miramichi grain or Carbon Pro G or any of that stuff. I just keep it simple. And you're gonna see this season what it's all about. You know, I've been reeling since some guy they call Doc has been driving a 500-pound lawn tractor around his yard talking about he's got the best Bermuda grass in the history of turf. So, you know, I said what I said. You're gonna see it. Stay tuned. Be sure to hit that sub button, and I'll see you in the next one.